topic is, Ray, you all have always given us the flexibility at Texas Star to set pricing. Obviously, it's enterprise operation, works more like a business. But when we are proposing a change to any of our pricing out here, we like to bring that to your attention. And so Glenda and Ray have been discussing the need to adjust some of the pricing on our breakfast menu in particular because of food costs. And so, Ray, would you generally describe to them what it is that you're proposing? And
Yes, ma'am. Well, Glenn and her staff have, over the last year or so, seen food costs, various items go up. And so, in order to reflect that in our cost of goods through the menu pricing, we would like to recommend, it's on average about $1 increase in some of the items that are listed. For instance, and primarily the costs that Glenda and her staff is seeing go up are kind of dairy products and eggs, for whatever reason. So what we'd like to recommend is from a 3-egg omelet, going from what is our current price of $6.95, just raising that $1 to reflect the actual true food cost that's involved in making that menu item. Breakfast burritos, that's the one you want?
That's my breakfast, right?
Is it? Well,
You're reducing me to do a 2-egg omelet now.
oh, no, that's a proposal too on one of these. Sorry.
yeah, or we can keep it the same and just make it a 2-egg omelet. You'd see the same price difference, and we're talking $1 here for the breakfast tacos, the breakfast villas, the migas, the chopping eggs. There's about 3 or 4 others in there to include the pancakes and the French toast. So,
There's no change to the lunch or the dinner pricing, but it's primarily the breakfast that's fallen out. And they've done comparisons to several of the other breakfast places around that you all would be familiar with. And we're trying to make sure we stay in line with the other restaurants around. Again, it's not something that we ask you all to formally approve, but just like to bring that to your attention to let you know that to maintain, obviously the intent of Ravens Grill is that in Texas Stars that they generally be able to cover the cost of the operation. And so we feel like we need to do that to maintain our cost of goods. I believe there was one dish that you all were, by Mr. Siniford's comment, you're recommending actually decreasing the number of eggs on. Is that the classic breakfast?
that's the classic, yes ma'am, going from a 3 to a 2-egg.
So
Well, then you're just making it the senior classic.
That's correct.
everybody would be a seeker, I guess.
Yeah.
But
We
the
were talking
price-
about the change in demographics earlier. So I'm just trying to reflect that on the menu as well.
But we sell more of that than anything else. We sell more of that than our regular classic. So it's just getting in line with everybody wants. Everyone is preferring 2 eggs opposed to 3. So it's just getting in line with what our demand
Except
is.
him.
Well, you can take a picture when you order that, now there's a 2-egg, and send it into the mayor's lifestyle change. So we can gain points on top of that.
No, I was gonna put it into Access Euless and make it as a complaint.
So if there are no major objections to that, I think your timeline for that would be to
About
update
2
your
weeks,
menus
yeah,
and
Glenn
have
said it
those
would
ready in
take to
about
get the
2
menus.
weeks so that we can maintain our cost of goods here. So, okay? Thank you,
I gotta
Glenda.
go ahead and pre-buy my omelets now.
Yeah, bring your egg
We
beaters.
can get vouchers,
Yeah.
we can get vouchers, vouchers.
We get gift cards.
And then the other topic we wanted, you all got a preview of this at the, what was our meeting with Steve Chapman, HEB EDF meeting. But Ray has been working for a number of years to determine what is the best way to handle the registration for summer camp. And you all may know that years ago people would go camp out overnight to try to get their child a spot in the summer camp. And so we decided to go away from that and do a lottery system, so people would have a lottery system to try to get their children in summer camp. And so this year we were having the same discussion, and so we kind of thought a little bit about, we have this big long waiting list of people that would like to be in the summer camp that we can't accommodate, and so that we just asked the question of what would it take for us to be able to accommodate those, I believe it was some 95 or 100 kiddos that we know are going to be on the waiting list. And Ray said, well, it's not a staffing issue because these people pay a fee for the summer camp to cover the cost of the instructors. The limiting factor is facilities. And we had already branched out and done a couple of the mini camps, one at the Star Center. And it was, the facility is the limiting factor. So the school district had obviously been talking to us about more partnerships, and I said, what if the school were to be willing to provide the space? Could the city then expand the number of camps that we would offer so that we can accommodate most of the people that we know want to be accommodated? And said, let's check with the school. So we sent a request over to Steve Chapman. He got back with us and said yes, that they would love to assist us. What were our requests? And so Ray said that preferably we would have one school on the north side of town, one school on the south side of town. Might make it more convenient for kiddos in those neighborhoods to actually come to those camps if they're within walking distance or something of that nature. And so the school has offered up North
Euless and South Euless.
North and South, and they're offering us the, is it the gymnasiums that
Yes, ma'am.
they're offering? We would provide the instructors and do any sort of cleanup that's required in the facility. The other thing we asked them about was providing bus service for the field trips. These folks pay a weekly fee, and in that fee, they're paying for a trip to maybe one of the museums or wherever the instructors are taking them for that time period. And so the school has agreed that they could also provide buses and drivers at a, they'll call it an in-district rate, which is a very reasonable rate for that service. And so with that rate, you all would take it from there and...
Yes, ma'am. We, in fact, it will be in the playbook that's coming out here soon. As Mr. Getchell said, we've secured the North Euless and South Euless. The only difference between the camps, and it will be advertised, pre-advertised, that those who register for camps at those locations. The good thing about those locations is there's a lot of kids who can just walk to those locations. But the camp dates will not be the same as at the Family Life Center. The reason is because the school district has asked that we end the camp schedule 2 weeks early, because during the summer they go around and do all the maintenance that's required at all the elementary schools. And so with 2 weeks before school starts, they would be able to get into each one of those two schools and do what they would have done at the other schools during the summertime. So this camp will only be, the summer camp at the Family Life Center is June 1st through August 14th. At the schools will be June 1st through July 22nd. But they'll know that going in before they register for those camps, what those dates are. Same cost, same field trip, same opportunities. As Ms. Ketcher said, they've allowed us use of their gymnasiums. We'll do all the cleanup, all the janitorial. We're working through a system now that, one of the challenges is that unlike the Family Life Center, you can just walk in there anytime if you need to, bring your kids lunch or what have you. At the schools remain locked. We've met with Doug, and one of two things that we're going to work through here is Doug actually came up with the idea, it was a good one, of using one of these wireless doorbell systems that we could put out on the front door of the school, and it would ring inside the gymnasium so that one of the coordinators could go out and meet the parent. Because from where the front door is to the gym, neither location has a direct entry into the gym that's ADA accessible. They do have doors, but none of them are ADA accessible, so we'll have to go through the front door of the school. So we'll either do that, or we'll get some of these pay-as-you-go cell phones that they can just call the number that a camp coordinator will always have with them, so that the parent would be able to come get their child. So we're excited about it. It's going to provide an opportunity for us to enroll about 90 additional campers. Obviously more opportunity to hire more kids to work the camp. It's been a great experience all around since the start, so it'll be the same registration process, the lottery system. Nothing will change other than that. We're just offering it at 2 additional locations.
So is that
We're excited.
Is that a true net 90 folks, or is that now there's in a different week that? I'm not saying.
No,
that's
it's
right.
Well, they run the whole summer.
Okay, so it's once I register a student, it's good for the 3 to 4 weeks.
It's an additional 90 kids a week.
Okay.
Yes.
But you said there's still a lottery system, even though we're expanding the
Yes, sir.
capacity?
Yes, sir.
We
That way it
just
gives
really-
everybody the same chance to get into the camps.
So some people won't be able to get into it?
Well, we hope, we may still experience that. We hope that, it it probably won't eliminate the waiting list, but it'll reduce it substantially. But it's a popular program, and so, yes, sir, there still may be some folks who can't get in, unfortunately.
We believe this will accommodate the large waiting list we had. You know, obviously if there's 100 and we only get 90, we may still end up with 10 that don't make it, but then we can start to get a feel for, you know, perhaps there will be additional opportunity to expand again. This is paid for by the Recreation Class Fund, which is the fees that the kiddos' parents pay for the camp, and then it's just a matter of having you said a lot of your summer camp instructors are teachers that work
Yes,
during the
ma'am.
summer.
College students
and,
as well.
and college students and so forth.
There's also a possibility, once they find out that there's gonna be locations that kids could walk to, we may even
You may
increase
have more
the
demand.
amount of people who wanna do
Yeah.
it, so.
Exactly.
But it's
right.
certainly preferable that we
Oh,
have kiddos
absolutely, if we
engaged
get
in
90
positive
more kids
activity.
in there, that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the school district will see this as a real opportunity to even expand out even further in future years. And it doesn't eliminate Stars Camp. We'll still have the camp at the Dr. Pepper Star Center as well. So we'll run from Midway Life, we'll run from the Star Center, and then these 2 additional locations. So we think it's going to be a great opportunity for not only the kids, but also our staff to be able to do more.
Will there be 3 lotteries, Ray, one for each location?
No, ma'am, it'll all be as one. It's always all been as one. But when you register for the location. So you will register either for, if your first preference is a Family Life Center, then you'll note that when you enter the lottery. Or if, you know, there are some who, they want their kids at the Stars Camp. So they register for the Stars Camp.
But you would not register for one and wind up at the other?
No, ma'am, no, we're not gonna, if you register for, well, we'll let you know. Now, if you're in the lottery system and you've registered for the Euless Family Life Center, because we register at different times, remember, we have returners get to register, and then new campers, and then Euless citizens and non-residents. So we will let you know what is still available. So if you've registered for the Stars Camp and it's full, then we'll let you know you can get into the camp, but it's not going to be at the Star Center because we have no more openings. The openings that we do have will be at one of these other locations.
Thank you.
I think that's great.
Yeah, we're really excited. The school district's been great to work with, and Sharon, that I've met, the transportation lady over the bus, has been really nice to work with, and we've given her our camp schedule, field trip schedule, and she's working out the logistics of that. They've been really great to work with.
It's amazing how history repeats itself, Ray. When I was a kid, we had to camp at Midway Park Elementary. The school district did
Yeah.
that, so we're coming full circle.
Well, you may remember, we used to do the one at South Euless
Yeah.
20 years ago, and,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of faded away. So yeah, it is coming back around. We're glad to see it as
That's
well.
a great partnership.